All right, good morning, everyone. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. We do have severe storms actively moving through North Georgia right now that are carrying damaging straight line winds, also the potential for maybe a brief tornado. We did have a tornado warning earlier this morning for Dade and Walker County that is outside of our viewing area, but that just skirted the line of Chattooga and Floyd counties as well. We have been watching for rotation within this active line of storms that is currently moving through North Georgia right now, moving very quickly off to the east at around 70 miles per hour. So as I put a tracker on the leading edge of this front here, here's a look at when to expect storms to be moving in your area. And this is actively moving with this line of storms here. So Buchanan around 338, Harley around 341, Taylorsville around 340. Looks like the Rockmart area around 339. So within the next few minutes here, showers and storms moving in. And it does look like even in Carroll County, Carrollton, within the next about 20 minutes, heavy rain, very gusty wind moving into your area. It does look like, if you look on the south side of this line, look at all that lightning that is within that southern part of this line of storms here. And that's not surprising because south of the city, the air is still unstable. So we have a wedge that built in yesterday that gave us that really dreary, damp, kind of misty day yesterday that's still trying to hold on, especially from Atlanta off to the north and east. But south of Atlanta, that wedge is completely eroded. You're closer to 70 degrees right now in LaGrange. So there's definitely fuel for thunderstorms south of the city. We are seeing that with this line of storms starting to try to move through, or that is going to be moving into parts of Troup and Heard County, more than likely within the next 30 minutes to an hour here. So as we go through the rest of the morning, what we're going to be tracking is damaging straight line winds upwards of 60 miles per hour, very heavy rain, and maybe a brief tornado or two as well. Within this kind of setup, what happens is we'll have these brief spin ups happen sometimes between radar scans. So what is most important for you and your family right now is you're waking up and kind of preparing for what's to come is you'll want to try to get on lowest level of your home. If you live in a two-story home, of course, you want to get on the first story, an interior room away from doors and windows, just because this could very well take down trees. This could pick up debris. This kind of wind is not something that we take lightly, especially if the storms are severe, which they are as they're moving through North Georgia right now. So we want to just get you prepared for what is to come within the next half hour for a lot of our viewing area, including Metro Atlanta, but right now impacting parts of, it looks like Gordon County, Bartow County, Polk County, Haralson County. This is moving through Tallapoosa right now, moving into Paulding County. This will be moving into northern Carroll County in a few minutes, Cherokee County within the next half hour as well. So we, again, want to prepare you for what's to come. And along this line of storms, you can see clearly very heavy rain. And we are experiencing within that line of storms gusty wind upwards of 50 to 60 miles per hour. We do have a tornado watch. So while we don't have any active tornado warnings, we do have a tornado watch in effect until 9 o'clock. I will say for Floyd and Chattooga counties and soon enough Polk County, I do think that you won't have to worry about any severe weather any longer. Floyd and Chattooga County, your threat for tornadoes is done. That line has moved through already. You're in the clear. You are still going to deal with some rain this morning, and it will be breezy, but any kind of severe threat is now beyond Floyd and Chattooga counties, and soon that'll be the same for Polk and Haralson County, and we'll mainly focus on areas from Gilmer County into Fannin County, through Cherokee County into Fulton County and areas south. So this tornado watch does extend all the way into Newton County, and it does extend into Jasper County as well, Butts County, Lamar County, Pike County. And I'm just making sure I'm not missing any new warnings or anything like that. As of right now, no. But we do have a tornado watch, and in fact, for the counties highlighted in red there, for the potential for tornadoes over the next several hours. But this line is moving in very quickly. And again, if you live in Floyd County, if you live in Chattooga County, you might have been woken up by some very heavy rain, gusty wind, maybe some loud claps of thunder. But this has the severe threat has come to an end for Floyd and Chattooga County and almost Polk County as well. If you live in western Polk County, you're done with any threat for severe storms. But this is impacting Bartow County right now, so very heavy rain, gusty wind along this line of showers and thunderstorms. More than likely, we are going to see trees come down because of the wind, and this is a very quick-moving system, moving off to the east at around 70 miles per hour. So even the forward motion alone is packing a punch within this system. This is also impacting parts of Cleburne County and Randolph County. So if you are in far eastern Alabama. This is also starting to move in for you, and the instability is a lot greater there. So we are seeing some pretty heavy rain and also a lot of lightning within this. If you live in Heard County, if you live in Coweta County, Troup County, get ready. Within the next about hour, this is going to be moving your way. So let's talk about kind of the setup here. So we have a wedge of cool air built in, and you can see that with our temperatures. And this is something that we constantly monitor when it comes to severe threats, especially this time of year, because if you have a wedge built in, that promotes stability. You don't get any of that fuel for thunderstorms. I'm not saying that you can't have thunderstorms. You can have some elevated thunderstorms, which typically don't become severe because it's using fuel in different layers of the atmosphere, not at the surface. But nonetheless, 40s to 50s, that's just too cool to really promote any kind of severe weather. I think we still will need to watch Cherokee County, even though you're in the low 50s. Gusty wind definitely still possible for you. But I do think where you're almost 70 degrees in LaGrange, I think that's where we're really going to need to focus. Areas south of Atlanta where you're in the 60s right now, that you have enough heat, you have enough moisture to promote some stronger storms and maybe even a slightly heightened threat for maybe a tornado. I am going to look, because we just got a new notification here from the National Weather Service. It does look like a severe thunderstorm warning, including Newnan, LaGrange, and West Point until 4:30 in the morning. So we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Coweta County, also parts of Heard County. It looks like also Troup and Meriwether County. I'm reading it off of my phone here. I just got this notification until 4:30 for wind up to 60 miles per hour and also some pea-sized hail. They have been putting the tornado possible tag on all of these warnings because tornadoes are possible, and a lot of times they're very brief spin-up tornadoes, so we will be watching for that very carefully. But a new severe thunderstorm warning just popped up for parts of Heard County, southern Coweta County, including the city of Newnan, also Troup County, and parts of Meriwether County, specifically western Meriwether County, to give you some lead time that this storm, this line of storms carrying damaging straight-line winds, small hail, and heavy rain is moving your way. Let's talk about the timing of all of this. So here's a look at our model data at around 4 o'clock again. And I do think that this is a little slow. It's not picking up on how quickly this line of storms is moving, but that's okay. This is giving you a general idea still. Around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, we're looking at storms moving into downtown Atlanta. And look at this model. You're seeing the pink south of Atlanta. That's indicating some stronger storms. Again, south of the city is, I think, where a lot of this fuel for thunderstorm activity is. North of the city in that wedge, you can see that line becoming more disorganized because it's going to lose its fuel as it runs into that cooler air. Cooler air is that sinking, more stable air. So I don't think we're necessarily going to see quite as much potent activity in far northeast Georgia where that wedge has really set up. But south of the city, going between now and 6 a.m., heavy rain, gusty wind, maybe that brief spin-up tornado, all possible. Going towards 7 o'clock, we're done with our severe threat with the exception of maybe Jasper and Putnam counties towards Eatonton. But for the most part, we're done with severe weather. Greene County, Oglethorpe County, you could still be experiencing some severe weather at this point, but by 7 o'clock for Metro Atlanta, the severe threat comes to an end, and we're left with some lingering showers, and then we'll start to dry out by late morning. We'll have, there's a pretty heavy rain shield behind this main line of storms, so even when the storms end, it doesn't mean the rain is going to end for you, so expect showery conditions and breezy conditions through late morning. Today will be a breezy and cool day. Temperatures will actually drop very quickly through the day today, leading into a very cold morning tomorrow, but we will start to see sunshine return this afternoon, which is good news. So let's take you back to First Alert Radar here, where again we have showers and thunderstorms actively moving through the city of Atlanta right now, dry. But here's a look at that line of storms, and it does look like tornado warnings starting to pop up on that southern edge of this storm. The southern edge of this storm, this line of storms, you'll get this southerly flow coming in at the surface, and then this front coming into the east. So you're going to get that wind shear, especially on the southern tier. And where you see that purple box there moving through parts of eastern Alabama there, just north of Auburn, that is a confirmed tornado indicated by that purple box there. But there is also a tornado warning just to the east of Montgomery. We're going to have to watch that tornado warned storm that could very well get very close to southern Troup County there. So that's something we'll be keeping a very close eye on. Nonetheless, within this line of storms, we're going to be watching for some rotation, especially where you're seeing all that lightning. These storms are really picking up the pace here, where they are going to move into some very unstable air in southwest Georgia. So we're talking from Heard County into Troup County, where right now there's an active severe thunderstorm warning. Wouldn't be surprised if we do have a tornado warning come in to play within the next hour or so in our southern counties. Let's see. I'm in Meriwether County, Manchester. Good morning. Am I getting gusty winds at 40 to 60 miles per hour? I'm seeing some questions. So good morning, all of you up really, really early with us. Heavy rain and wind started in Haralson County. Yes, Haralson County definitely getting some very heavy rain, but this will quickly be out of your way. And as soon as the worst is over, your severe threat is done. Give it another half hour in Haralson County. Meriwether County, this system will be moving into your area. I did put a tracker on this. Unfortunately, I don't have control from our radar necessarily here, but let's see what the update. Sometimes this will give me a good update on timing because it does move with this system. No, it's just moving too fast. Nonetheless, if you were in Meriwether County, I would give it another half hour within the hour. Well, I guess it is 3:52, so we're just before the hour. But by around 4:30 in Meriwether County, I do think this will be knocking on your door. So, get prepared for that. If you live in a 2-story home, lowest level of your home, try and stay away from doors and windows because this wind is packing a punch. Carroll County, this is moving in right now for Carroll County. So Carrollton, the worst is about to move in right now. So very heavy rain, gusty wind. This line of storms you're seeing on my screen here is severe. So we're talking damaging straight line winds upwards of 60 miles per hour, very heavy rain. The soils are saturated, guys. We just got a lot of rain a couple days ago, so that could very well take down trees. Should I be worried about Whitfield, Dalton, Georgia? Whitfield County, the worst is over for you. You guys had some pretty potent storms. In fact, there was a tornado warning for Dade and Walker County early this morning, about an hour ago. But the worst is over for Whitfield County if you're waking up with us. It says Walker County. Yeah, Walker County just got out of that tornado warning. Anywhere within Metro Atlanta, including, of course, naturally the city of Atlanta, damaging straight line winds is a high possibility. We're talking between 40 to 60 miles per hour in any severe storms. So we are looking at that potential for Metro Atlanta and our suburbs, so all of our surrounding counties. And then for those of you just tuning in with us, we do have a tornado watch in effect until 9 o'clock. Now, some of these counties could definitely be shaved out. The National Weather Service isn't going to do that, but if you live in Chattooga, Floyd County, soon enough Polk County, and soon enough Haralson County as well, your tornado threat will be coming to an end within the next half hour or hour. But notice this tornado watch, which means tornadoes are possible within the next few hours, does include the city of Atlanta. It includes all areas along the I-75 corridor and points west. This does also include DeKalb County. It includes Newton County, Rockdale County, Jasper County, Henry County, Butts County, all within this warning zone here, or watch zone here, where tornado warnings will be possible throughout the morning. So very, very early threat. Of course, the one bad thing about overnight threats is a lot of you are sleeping and you don't realize what's happening until it is literally on your doorstep. So thank you to everyone who's waking up with us this morning and giving us and tuning in to try to stay on top of it and ahead of it. I know that a lot of you probably got woken up by the storms, and that's why you're with us right now. But nonetheless, tornado watch in effect until 9 o'clock for the counties highlighted in red there. The wind is picking up, guys. And notice, you can see where this wedge is setting up. So where the arrows are pointing from, if the arrow is pointing up, that means the wind direction is coming from the south, and that's pumping in warm and moisture-rich air, and that is fuel for these storms to hold on to as they move in. But then in far north Georgia, up towards Gainesville, that wind's more so coming out of the east-southeast. That wedge is holding on really strong in northeast Georgia. So I think if you live up in the mountains, we are not necessarily concerned about severe weather for you. Gusty wind is still possible, but tornadoes not necessarily looking likely at all in the mountains. I think our bigger concern will be in far west Georgia along and south of I-20. So that does include Carroll County. That includes Troup County, Meriwether County. That also does include Coweta County, Fayette County, Clayton County. I think we'll be watching you very carefully over the next several hours. And I just saw in the comments, download all of our First Alert weather apps, Atlanta News First app, or all of our Atlanta News First apps, I should say. The Atlanta News First app, First Alert weather app. Rodney actually just posted, I just saw it come up on my phone a few minutes ago, just posted an app update to kind of give you the latest lowdown right in the palm of your hand. It looks like severe thunderstorm warnings issued for wind as storms are now moving into Metro Atlanta. That was the push 10 minutes ago from Rodney. We have a full team of meteorologists here to get you through everything that you need to know and get you ready for what's to come this morning. So let's take you through the timing right now. As we go through the next several hours, this line of storms is going to be quickly moving through. Unfortunately, this is our highest resolution model, and notice at 4 a.m., it's still keeping storms back out of Carroll County. So I don't think this is necessarily doing the best job on picking up at how fast this line of storms is moving. It's moving at 70 miles per hour, guys. This thing is booking it. So this is a general idea of timing. So don't take this as exact where exactly this is going to hit for you. But around 4 a.m., which is in the next few minutes here, we're talking Carroll County, parts of Heard County, and Troup County. And then so between 4 and 5, we're going to look in far west Georgia. This includes Coweta County, Troup County, Meriwether County, Heard County, Paulding County, also into Cobb County between 4 and 5 a.m. That's when the worst will be knocking on your door. And again, notice you see that pink line kind of south of Carrollton and points south. That's where the highest fuel is going to be for, I think, these storms to be better organized. Notice north of town, you see it's not necessarily as defined. It's a little more scattered with just heavy pockets of rain. I think that's because this line of storms is going to be moving into a more unstable air mass. You need fuel or instability for storms to become more volatile, and I just don't think we have that north and east of the city, but nonetheless, still some gusty wind expected up there. And DeSolo, it's funny that you say that because a lot of times I think people associate really scary and bad and damaging weather with tornadoes, but wind can do just as much damage, and that is going to be a widespread threat today. And we live in a city of trees. There are a lot of trees in the city of Atlanta and our surrounding communities, and with all the rain that just fell, their foundation right now is soggy, so that will certainly topple down trees. I'm sure we'll be getting reports of that in the next few hours here. But nonetheless, let's take you forward in time. Between about 5 and 6, that's when this moves through the city of Atlanta and areas kind of along that 75 and 400 corridor. So North Fulton County, Dawson County, into Clayton County, Henry County, Lamar County. That's where this line of storms will be moving through between about 5 and 6. And then by 7 o'clock, we're pretty much done with any kind of severe weather threat for the area. And I just got a new notification. Severe thunderstorm warning. So now the National Weather Service, what they're doing is severe warning this line of storms out ahead of this line to get you prepared for it. So new severe thunderstorm warning for Paulding County, Cobb County, including Kennesaw, Marietta, Smyrna, Mableton, Douglas County, and Fulton County. It does look like, I'm trying to see if it includes the city of Atlanta, just barely making it into Atlanta, but Union City, South Fulton. This is also for northern Coweta County and eastern Carroll County. But if you live inside of 285, it does look like this is including Vinings, this severe thunderstorm warning, and this goes until 4:45. So between now and 4:45, expect that gusty wind to be moving in again in Cobb County. This is also for Carroll County. Douglas County is all covered in this severe thunderstorm warning. Also Fulton County and northern Coweta County, including Palmetto, Madras, Whitesburg, Union City, South Fulton. This is just moving into East Point, Smyrna, Marietta, Mableton, Douglasville, Kennesaw. This is headed your way, a line of severe storms. So you need to be prepared for that. Again, when the wind starts to pick up, you just want to try and stay away from doors and windows if you can. Try to get to that interior-most part of your home, because if trees do come down, you just don't want to be near any of the windows in your home. Walker and Dade, out of the worst. Yes, Walker and Dade, I think your severe threat's pretty much done for the day. You had that tornado warning very briefly earlier this morning. I do think your severe threat is over now. But for Cobb County, I see someone in the comments asking about Cobb. Yes, within the next 45 minutes, expect rain and storms to be knocking on your door. It just depends where you live in Cobb. If you live in northern Cobb, expect the rain and storms a little earlier. If you live in central Cobb, a little bit later, closer to 4:45 or 4:30, I should say. Now, by 7 o'clock, the severe threat's pretty much done, with the exception of places like Oglethorpe, Greene County, maybe over towards Jasper and Putnam County. And then we will deal with some rain through the rest of the morning before we start to see skies clear through the back half of the day. So here's a look at First Alert Radar. Let's get you back to this, because I'm sure a lot of you are waking up and probably wondering where everything is going on right now. So you'll notice where I kind of want you to focus your attention is down towards LaGrange and Heard County, where you see all that lightning. That's because there's just a lot more fuel in our southern counties. So not downplaying any of the storms that are moving through right now, because they are severe, from, again, Cobb County all the way down. Right now, Atlanta, you are dry, but we are starting to see some showers out ahead of this line of storms that's moving into South Fulton and Coweta County, so you're starting to get some of that rain out ahead of it. But here's a look at the line of storms that is currently moving through North Georgia. We have severe thunderstorm warnings extending all the way from Fannin County through Paulding County into Fulton County, through Coweta County, Troup and Meriwether County as well. This whole line of storms severe. And now we are also seeing, you can see those purple boxes down towards Auburn, Alabama. Those are confirmed tornadoes within that line of storms that are trekking into South Georgia. So we're going to need to watch that northern one to see if it does end up moving into southern Troup County. But this southern line of storms packing a punch. We have this southerly flow that is ushering in warm and moist air. That is, you have south wind coming in at the surface. You have this front coming in at the east. That is going to change wind direction and speed with height. And that is what we call wind shear, which is an ingredient you need for tornadoes. What about Cobb County? So yeah, Cobb County, you are under severe thunderstorm warning right now until 4:45. I'd say within the next 15 to 20 minutes, if you live in far western Cobb County, this will be knocking on your door, and then expect between the 4:20 to 4:45 time frame for that to encompass and move through all of Cobb County, bringing damaging straight line winds. Let's see. Oh, what about, yeah, Marietta. So within the next half hour, expect the heavy rain and gusty wind. What we're watching for right now is to see if any of these storms that you're seeing on your screen, if we get any, we're watching for these little kind of notches within this line. They usually will be very brief. So we're not talking necessarily long track tornadoes within this system. We're more so looking at the potential for very brief spin up tornadoes. Sometimes they can go unnoticed between scans, which is why it's really important that you treat this weather event as if we are tracking tornado warnings. So wind is nothing to joke around with, right? Like, it's a lot of times I feel like people think tornadoes is like the end all be all. That's the worst threat you could possibly have. And they are extremely dangerous, obviously. But wind gusts can do just as much damage. We've seen it happen in plenty of weather events before. So you'll want to treat this as this is moving through as, of course, a situation that you need to really put at top of your mind. So interior room, away from doors and it looks like we do have a new tornado warning because I'm hearing something in my ear. So I'm going to get off of air right now here. Join us on TV, and we'll keep you posted.